A quick disclaimer, I'm sick, so my voice sounds a little bit rusty and nosy, so please don't mind that. Also, yes, I'm filming in front of the light source, in front of my windows, just because I've spent the last 5 days on this couch and I really don't want to move. I'm wearing my cap because my hair is not in a presentable state, and I did a little bit of makeup just to look a little bit put together, even though I'm literally on the couch in a gap. Yes, right, okay. Never mind, moving on. Also a little disclaimer about the content. There are gonna be probably spoilers about Manacled and the mortifying ordeal, Draco Malfoy and the mortifying ordeal of being in love. Probably, I'm not sure yet. Because yes, I'm sick and I didn't prepare any bullet points for this video. I hope you enjoy. Let's move on. Okay, so I lived through quite a heartbreak recently. I finished reading Manacled and it really destroyed me. I haven't felt anything like that in a very, very long time, honestly. I mean, the last time was probably when I finished Desperate Housewives and after that Sex and the City, just because you feel so comfortable in those TV shows. And once it was finished, I felt a little bit empty, like something is missing. But this time with Manacled, it was different. It was really like a very heavy hangover for me, like emotional hangover. I'm used to those because I'm a very emotional and empathetic person, so I can have them even from like a good night out with my friends, you know, without like drinks and anything, just an emotional hangover from everything that happened there. But after this book, I was really destroyed. It was my first time reading a fanfic, honestly. I read a few before, but I didn't really like read them. I just like looked through them just because I knew some people who wrote the fanfics and I was like just taking a look at what they're doing. But I never really was like in a fandom or something. So it was really new thing to me, as well as this fanfic being that big. Like I didn't think that this big fanfic exists. I thought it's always like a little novel, you know, not like a huge book. If you print it out, it's like 3 books. It's like 1,500 pages or something. Like it's huge. I didn't expect like anyone to write this long in fanfic format. I don't know. But it was so well written. I'm not sure if this author, if she had like written anything before, or is it just her hobby or something, I don't know, but it's such a good book. It's well written, the plot is wonderful, the character development, wonderful. I understand everything that is happening there, I understand their motives, and it's also hard, like you don't really want to empathize that, but you do, just because you really can understand them through the words. It's crazy. It's a very, 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 very good book. I definitely recommend if you didn't read it yet. And after finishing that, I felt destroyed. I felt like, what else that good could exist in this world? I was not upset. I was extremely happy that I read that. I never regretted that I read that, even if I knew before that I will feel that bad. But also I knew how good it is. I would still read it, just because it's definitely worth it. Like, I spent after that 2 days recovering, but it definitely worth it. Like, don't even think about it. It's worth it. I'm a little bit scared to read Alchemist now. Like, I got my beautiful edition recently, but I think I'm gonna read it in like 1 year, because for me it feels like this read is like autumn or winter vibes, and I'm not ready to read it yet, so I think it's gonna be a read for the next year. But also, I mean, it's gonna be the same plot, and for me it's already Draco and Hermione. I'm not ready to let in some other characters into this story, you know? So yeah, maybe I will just have it to appreciate this author, you know? Feeling destroyed after such art pieces is such a small prize, honestly. But I haven't felt it in a long while, and I'm in therapy for like 5 years probably, and I found my perfect therapist like 2 years ago. And I still didn't know what to do. Like, I was so lost. I even went and asked ChatGPT, like, what do I do with this heartbreak? With this, like, literal hangover? The recommendations were usual, but literally in such situations, I usually don't remember that such things exist. Like, I breathed, just like some breathing technique. I don't even remember which one. Like, there are so many, you can do any of them. Then, like, activating all your senses, like, outside of your brain, touching something, like 3 pieces of different materials, looking at 3 items in the same color, blah, 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 you know the drill. Going out a little bit, appreciating the street, like looking outside, not listening to music, nothing, just wandering around. And the main point for me was not do anything triggering, because usually, like, I'm pro living the emotion. So I thought maybe it's the right thing to make myself cry and really, like, express this emotion of sadness, of emptiness, hollowness inside of me. But it was not the right decision. I found a playlist on Spotify, which was literally called Manacled. And it was pretty good playlist for this book, honestly. But I was so sad. I was so sad with this playlist. Like, I started crying in probably 3 seconds after I turned this on. And I cried through the whole first song, which was like 5 minutes long as well. I realized that I'm starting to lose control and I'm gonna have a panic attack if I won't stop right now. So yeah, I decided to stop. I decided to move to the floor because I know I'm gonna hate the light when I'm gonna edit this video. So doing this for the purpose of not hating on myself in the future, you know, taking care of myself in the way. Anyway, so yeah, I was destroyed one more time. I realized that I'm starting to lose control. I'm starting to panic, and that's what I don't want. Like, I need to build a little wall between me and this emotion. Like, I cannot really comprehend this right now. I'm not ready. So that's what I started to do. I started to distract myself, but not in a full way, like watching comedy or something, but just like keeping it at bay. I started watching YouTube videos. Luckily for me, I didn't watch it while I was reading the book. So I had pretty big amount of good videos that I like posted already, the ones that I could appreciate, you know. So I started watching videos and it felt like a drop in the desert, you know. Since I was feeling so low, it didn't really make much difference, but still it was consuming my time, so it was fine. I was kind of distracted, even though I was super sad still. At least I was not thinking all the time about the book, even though I didn't even have any thoughts, you know. It's not like usually you want to go back, you want to watch it again, you want more episodes or something, you want another book. No, this time it was absolutely perfectly enough. Like, how it finished, I loved the ending. Like, and also it's not even a bad ending, you know. On a paper it's like a good ending, but everything is so dark and mortifying and so sad that you cannot really count it as like, yee, you know. You don't get that. I was very happy with the ending. I didn't want like this plot to continue. I didn't want like a second book or something. I didn't want anything. I was just empty with nothing to put inside of me. I started to watch TikToks on how other people lived through that, because like I'm not the only one reading this, especially right now since like Alchemist was published, like it got a second wind, you know. So I decided to look through TikToks, and there was a girl and she recommended other Dramioni fanfics, which are like funny and cute ones, which will like heal your heart after Manacled. I didn't start it like right away because I was not really ready to read those names on paper again, you know. So I decided that I will give it a little time. Probably like 2 days. I was reading like some old books that I have going on for a while that I don't really like because it's boring, but yeah, it's still there. So I read it for a couple days, and then I decided, yeah, probably I'm missing them. Probably I need some more closure. Even though I had the closure in the book, like, don't get me wrong, the plot is perfect, but I feel like I still need this grasp. you know. So I decided to read the most recommended one, the Draco Malfoy and the Mortifying Ordeal of Being in Love. Oof, it's a very good one. I haven't read the Manacled in a very long time, but in this one I didn't even notice that's how good it is, you know. For me, it's really showing how good the book is, because I didn't even notice that it was from the Draco perspective, even though I like when the girl is the main character, you know. Anyway, my drink of choice today is a rehydration drink, because that's what they recommend. This book, again, is very, very good. Firstly, I was a little bit comparing them. Why people recommend that, I see why. Because many things are connected between those two. I will list a few of them right now, so there will be spoilers for 15 seconds probably. You can skip a little if you want to. So in both books they have rings connecting them. In both books she was kept captive in his manor. Again, it's their pairing. They're kind of enemies to lovers trope. Again, Hermione is a healer type of thing, and Draco is kind of soldier kind of thing. So I can see why people connect those two, and why they say that the Draco Malfoy and the Mortifying Ordeal of Being in Love is a healing way for the Manacled, because you kind of rewiring your brain from the extremely heart-wrenching associations to mild ones. And yeah, second book is so good. It's written I think the author is British, because the language there, I read probably 1.5 times slower than usual, just because I don't know many words from there. Just because there are so many new words for me, even though I know them, it's just the context they used in, the British context. And for me, English is not my first language, and it's not my second language, it's my third language, and I also have the fourth language. So I'm reading in my third out of four language. So even though I read pretty fast, this one was a little bit tricky for me, because usually, but still, it was very fun, and I loved it. And the way it's written makes it even better. This British way of saying things, I absolutely loved it. I even want to read something again like that, but usually all books are written in some unified English way. I don't know, maybe I'm just reading more American authors, but I'm not sure. I have a few British authors books, but they're still written the same way. Probably just because it's written in more spoken language, so that's why. But I absolutely love that. I don't know, it's so funny. I cackled, I laughed out loud a few times. I also realized that actually a slow burn thing is my thing. I absolutely love even though, again, this fanfic is 1,000 pages long. I didn't know such fanfics exist. I thought they're all maximum 200 pages, maximum. Anyway, yeah, but it was so fun. And even though you don't get you get a little bit sexual things before, but the main course is coming at the very last pages. But I didn't mind that. It's actually, I feel it's kind of my thing now. That's why I actually like. But the main course was 8, no crumbs left. Anyway, moving on. But after that book, I felt empty again, because it was so fun, it was so nice, and this time I didn't want it to finish, because I felt connected to them, and everything is so good, and I want to feel this good more. And it's, again, such a well-written thing. After reading 2 in a row, masterpieces, I feel what else is good out there? What do we have more to say? I feel all the good things out there I already read. Like, I have many books on my TBR, but I know that like 90% of those are not that good. And also everything is like super subjective. Like, even though some people say like, oh, this book is just like, it got into my heart, into my brain, and such well written, and like the stories, the plot, the twist, everything, blah, blah, blah. It still doesn't work for everyone. Like, I've been reading The Secret History by Donna Tartt for probably like a year just because I can't stand it. Like, I still want to finish it because I know like it's gonna be good. But I read probably like 60% of this book. And it's the most boring thing I've read in ages. I'm sorry, everyone who loves this book. For me, it's just... I can't. It's so boring. I know that it's gonna be a very interesting plot twist somewhere there, like very soon. But I just can't. Every time I open this book, I want to close it. I'm sorry. But that's what I'm talking about. Like, not everything for everyone. And it's fine. So yeah, what helped me really to live through this emotional hangover experience is really just embracing it and letting it be, even though it was hard. Like, but you really cannot do much with that. Even like the only thing you can do is either live through that or like lock it somewhere inside of you. But if you lock it somewhere inside of you, it will be there forever, you know? Won't get rid of it. So you really need to let this experience be, the way it manifests, the way it evolves, like, just make the space for this. And if you know that you're gonna have this hangover, it's better to finish reading like before the weekend, so you will really have a free time to reflect and live through that. Luckily for me, I had this space to dedicate 2 days to have this hangover and really not do much things. Like, I didn't even cook for myself. I was barely eating, not because I don't have food, but just because I didn't have appetite. So, and I had like my friend and my fiance to talk about all the things, about my emotions, and I asked them just to listen about it. Like, I didn't want any suggestions what to do with that. I didn't want to fix this situation. Like, I was just sharing how I feel, and it helped me to realize many things, actually, like insights of what is going on and why it affects me that much. And there is construction outside of my house, and I got distracted and forgot what I'm saying. I hope actually that you cannot hear them because they're pretty loud. Anyway, my head is barely working. Honestly, I have a flu. Like, my brain is like mashed potato, warm inside my head. I'm barely making any sense of what I'm saying. I hope... I really wanted to make this video for a couple of weeks, but I haven't had time because I visited my family in another country. I flew back straight to being sick. So yeah, I'm doing this now just because I feel I have accumulated a lot of energy by lying on the couch for like 5 days. And I really want to do something, but I cannot really do anything physical yet because I'm getting tired too fast. And like, by talking too bad, at least I have the urge to do that, you know? But I hope this video is interesting for you, honestly, because this topic is so interesting for me. I don't know, it's touching my heart, and it's such a big thing to live through. And I hope, like, at least by sharing this, somebody like with a heartbreak after a good book or a movie or a TV series will come to this video, watch it, and feel not so alone, and will know that we all feel this sometimes, and it's fine, and we all go through this, and sometimes we're just a wreck after watching like a good series, and we're just lying on the bed, and we don't know what to do next because like what good is else out there, you know? Like, it's kind of a mini depression episode probably, or something like that, because you feel empty, you don't want to do nothing, and you're just happy that you are able to have this experience at the same time, because like it really deserves your time and your emotions and everything that is happening to you. but it doesn't make it easier still. So yeah, I just want to hold your hand and tell you that you're gonna be fine. And like, I read that somebody says that Manacled is my horcrux, like it took a piece of my soul. And that's exactly what happens sometimes when you read a good piece of book, story, movie, TV series, anything. It just takes a piece of you forever, and it's fine. We are happy to give that, because those experiences, you will remember them forever. And like, it's borderline, you don't know if you should recommend anybody to read, watch, listen to that, just because you know the price, but you will honor and cherish this inside of you like forever. And that's exactly how I felt. And again, I would not change a thing about it. Like, I was so excited about reading this. Also, my best friend, she doesn't like to read, but she likes like the book talk vibes and stuff and everything. Like, she has a book talk on her TikTok, even though she doesn't read, just because of me, because she's sharing all the videos with me, and I'm sending her a lot of videos like about cool books, about like interesting challenges and stuff. And I was retelling her like every morning. I usually read like a little during the day and a lot before the bed. So every morning I was waking up, I was FaceTiming her and retelling her everything that I read yesterday. It's a Manacled book, so she was pretty much reading it with me, and I was reading it kind of twice, just because I was really reading it, and then I was like retelling it, and I was like doing all the citation, and like every day I was spending like 2 hours just retelling what I read yesterday. And I enjoyed that. So I had like a double experience with this book, you know. I almost read it twice, I would say. And honestly, when I started reading it, I felt like I'm empathizing too much. And this book is very dark from the first page. Like, and I was nervous that if I'm gonna survive this, you know, if I'm gonna be okay, because if I was going to feel like that for all like 1500 pages, no, like I couldn't do that. I even told my therapist about this, and she was like, like you do you, but like take care of yourself. If you don't feel like that's right, it's this time for you, like you better not read it. And I was like, okay, but I was so interested. Like, this book hooks you up in like first 30 seconds of reading. I don't know, it's just too good to not be read, you know. So I decided to take this leap of faith and still read it. I don't regret a thing, and like in probably 50 pages I stopped feeling so dreadful, and I just started enjoying the plot and like being very curious with what's gonna be next. But I think at the end everything just caught up to me, and I got overwhelmed, and I finished reading at around like 1 a.m. Usually I go to bed at like 10-11 p.m. This book I was reading over time, like a lot. So I finished reading at like 1 a.m. And for like, I put away my Kindle. My cat was on my chest, and I was just lying there staring at my ceiling for probably 15 minutes without any thought, without any need or want. I was just there. It was very weird, but at the same time, it was very appropriate. Because I'm glad that I finished it like by night, so I had a good sleep, and the next day I spent like really hungover. I'm glad that I had that space. Anyway, so the only way to really live through this experience is to live through this. There is no shortcut. There is no cheat code for that. You just need to give it the time, and don't rush it. Really don't rush it. Because sometimes I said myself like, yeah, it's fine. I'm sad now, but I should be like, okay, tomorrow, if it won't happen, like you feel even worse, you know. So it's better not to rush things and just let them be. Let yourself be. I want to say that I wish you more, like, I wish you to experience more good books and like high quality pieces of media, but at the same time, you do you guys. If you don't want to live through those heartbreaks, I really understand that. But also, if you know something like that really heart-wrenched you and left in pieces, but you don't regret that, please share it in the comments. I think in 1 month I will have the capacity to read something like that again, so please, my comment section is open. Leave your recommendations. I would really appreciate that, but because again, after reading 2 good pieces of media in a row like that, feels like nothing else there is left. That like, yeah, I read and watched all the good things already, like I don't have anything else. Side note, I also know that there is a good story on Dramion, it's called Secrets and Masks, I think. And people say that it's pretty similar to Manacled by the way it breaks your heart. But I'm not sure if I'm ready for that. I'm not sure that I want to dive into some Dramione thing again, you know? But anyway, I also feel like The Bubble by Kwan is also heart-wrenching, but I'm not sure. But I want to read that, but I'm not sure if it's like that. Let me hold your hand again. We're here together. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna hold your hand as long as you need that. Let's sit. We're not rushing into anything. We're just here. And it's fine. It's fine to be sad. It's fine to cry. It's fine to try to distract yourself. It's fine to not want to feel the things. It's fine. I'm here. Make yourself some chamomile, I don't know, tea. Just relax. Just let this darkness, this grayness, this emptiness and hollowness go through you. Create a space for this. And I promise you it's gonna be better tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. You're gonna feel good again. And even though tomorrow will be the same bad as today, you have the next day after that and the next day after that. I promise you, hold my hand. Emotional hangover is hard and it's a big toll, but we're all here together in this. And I love you, and you're gonna be okay, and I'm gonna be here whenever you need me. Thank you all for watching this video. I hope it helped at least one person to feel better, or at least not as lonely. And I truly really love you all, and I will see you next week on Tuesday or Thursday, and I will probably have a pretty interesting video for you, I hope. Or it will be on my TikTok, I don't know yet. But anyway, I have a pretty exciting event this week. I will be sharing it, so at least in bits and pieces here for sure. So I love you, and I will see you next week. Don't be sad, but if you're sad, let it be. I love you.